Yo guys, what's up? It's your boy TRUEDBZ back with another discussion video. And in today's video, I'll be talking about the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls open beta that took place this last weekend. Before we get into today's topic, please hit the like and subscribe button at the end if you enjoyed the video. It does wonders for the channel and helps me stay motivated to create more content like this. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the Marvel Tokon Open Beta that took place this last weekend as of this recording. I would say overall my experience with the Open Beta was pretty mixed to somewhat on the more negative side. But I'll get into that more later on in the video. The way I'm going to be doing this video is pros, cons, and everything in between. And each of these will have 3 points specifically for these. So I'll have 3 pros, 3 cons, and then 3 points that are kind of in the middle. To keep myself from yapping, I have these bullet points here, and I'm just going to go over them as quickly as possible so I don't end up talking about this game for like an hour straight. One last thing I want to mention is that each of my bullet points I'll be going over what I dislike, what I like, and everything else in between, but I'll also be adding some gameplay or video after these points so you guys can get to see my actual live reactions to things while I was on stream. If my point doesn't have a video afterwards, then it's probably something that most players experienced that you don't really need a specific example, but some of these, I think having my live reaction to these things will add a little bit more context as to what I'm talking about. Alright, so with all of that out of the way, let's jump into the pros. So the first thing that I really liked about Marvel Tokon is the UI. I think it looks really good and it has great functionality. I would say the main menu is probably my favorite thing about the UI. It's visually clear and simple, yet it oozes a lot of style. The characters on the main menu that reflect the team that you're using is such a nice touch. The game also has bookmarks as a feature that'll allow you to quick select any function in any of the menus, like going straight to online play or going straight to story mode. Also, the addition of quick training mode immediately as you boot up the game is honestly a really good quality of life feature that honestly a lot more fighting games should implement. Of course, the battle UI looks really good, the health bars, the character portraits look good, but the last major thing I'll mention here is the open lobby. This is probably my favorite lobby system I've ever played in any fighting game as of right now. It's such a big and vast place with so many Easter eggs, and honestly it was really fun just running around and exploring. Like, you go to Asgard, the Savage Lands, you get to go to the X-Men mansion. Like, there's so many places to explore, and with all of those places, there's so many other characters. Like, Odin appears, Cyclops appears, Beast appears, Red Hulk appears. Like, there's so many different characters that appears in this open lobby that honestly, like, the devs can honestly do a lot of events with the open lobby, so I really hope that they expand on this feature going forward. So, my main team is Danger, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, and Ghost Rider. So this is the squad I'm running. So that's what we're playing. Mostly I'm going to be playing like Danger on point, and then like everybody else is going to be the assist. I didn't really play that much of the second closed beta. I played a little bit. Well, not a little bit. It was a little more than a little bit of the first closed beta, and then the second closed beta I couldn't play at all. So this is only the second time I've gotten able to play this game, and I just want to play. So I just want to hop in and play some matches. Oh, let me change out BP for Ghost Rider. Where is Ghost Rider? Oh, there he is.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Yep. All right. The next pro that I have is the combat system. Now, I'm not going to go truly in depth on how to play Tokon or any of that stuff because it is a beta things are probably going to change. And honestly, I only played the game for about 8 to 10 hours over the span of 3 days, so I don't have a complete, idea of what the game is going to play like. But as someone who has, pretty decent experience with Arc System Work games, I can simply say that the combat of Tokon is very simple, but it does have a lot of depth. This game has lots of potential due to the active tagging and the assemble gauge, and I really think that the game will expand in many ways going forward. And the last thing I'll bring up about the open beta is the Amazing Guardians story. So within this beta, you was able to play through the first 3 chapters of the Amazing Guardians campaign. During the storyline, you learn how Star-Lord, Penny, and Miss Marvel all join up with Spider-Man to fight against the promoter and the champion. I believe the campaign of the Amazing Guardian was 12 chapters, if I'm remembering it correctly. I didn't record me doing the campaign, but I do remember there was more than 10 chapters. It might be 12, it might be 15. Just from this small sample of this campaign, I can tell that this story mode is honestly probably going to be the best campaign out of any of the ArcSys games that I've played. The visuals being that in a comic book style when it comes to the cutscenes is really fun. So far, all of the cutscenes are voice acted, so you get to hear all the amazing voice actors. There are even characters that are in this story mode that aren't playable, like Squirrel Girl, who actually appears and is voice acted. Unlike the fighter story mode where you have to operate a little mini map to get from place to place, in this story mode you basically do cutscene fight, cutscene fight, cutscene fight. And if all the cutscenes in this campaign are actually this good, then I don't mind it being that simple.
Okay, Mr. Gobby. Or, can I just call you Gobby? I must have kicked your ass enough to be on a first-name basis by now.
Mr. Spider-Man! Do you have an invite? I bet you have an invite! You're Spider-Man! I know I'm new and we, strictly speaking, don't know each other, but I'm a huge fan. What are your plans? Can I help?
Alright, now that we got the pros out of the way, let's get into the cons. The first con I want to bring up is the input buffer. I think the input buffer in this game is really weird when it comes to DP and 2-2 inputs. A lot of times quarter circle forward and quarter circle back worked like 99% of the time, but for some reason the DP inputs and the 2-2 inputs worked like maybe 40% of the time. And I don't know why this happens. Every other ArcSys game that I've played, this really isn't an issue. In Dragon Ball FighterZ, there's only like 3 characters that have 2-2 inputs and all of them work just fine. In Guilty Gear Strive, DP inputs and 2-2 inputs do exist and they all work just as good. So I don't know what Marvel Tokon did to make their input buffer like this inconsistent, but I really hope that they fix this, because honestly dropping combos because my input just wasn't read is really frustrating.
Holy shit, bro.
Also, I think the buffer for 2-2 inputs are dog shit. I don't know why it's so hard to do 2-2 inputs in this game.
What?
So if I'm playing a Magneto, the only way I can fight him is use Iron Man and to teleport, and then he 2H's me and I die. Alright.
Iron Man to teleport gets 2H'd.
The second con I want to bring up is something that I didn't personally experience, but it's something that I've seen and heard from other people, and it's the fact that both the console and PC ports of the open beta had major issues. So on the first day going into the second day, basically most of the PS5 servers basically weren't even operational. Like, I remember logging into my PC account and everybody on Twitch were talking about how they couldn't even log into the PS5 version. And then the second day going into the third day is when people really started having problems with the PC port. Basically due to, I think it was like the game had so much anti-cheat files or something like that, to where the game basically couldn't run unless your PC was like top of the market. Now, I do believe that these issues aren't specific to this game in general. I think it's just a beta thing. So I really hope the devs fix it before full release. So I am going to put this as a con because an open beta is a lot of people's first impressions of a game. So that's really important. So I didn't want to put it in the in-between category, because if this is people's first like impression of a game and it runs poorly on both of the major platforms, then that's like a really big issue. Alright, the last thing on the cons list is that the crossplay in the game is very inconsistent. So when it comes to games that are played on similar platforms like PC versus PC games and PlayStation games versus PlayStation games, like the game runs smoothly. The rollback netcode is really good. It's very similar to Guilty Gear Strive or even Dragon Ball, even though I think Dragon Ball's is probably worse. But it's within that range. So the rollback netcode itself actually feels pretty good. It's just that when you play cross-platform, the connection suddenly like gets way worse. And once again, I just don't understand why. Because at least when I played Guilty Gear Strive, when crossplay was added, it really wasn't that big of a difference. Like you could tell that like it was cross-platform, but it wasn't to the point where the game was literally like chugging. And when I was playing against my friend who was playing on PC and I was playing on PlayStation, it was like jumping in frames like a lot. Like it was almost unplayable. Once again, an open beta is really important because that's a lot of players' first impressions. And if your crossplay doesn't really work that well, then that's just going to set everybody's expectations for online gameplay really low. So I will add that the game does tell you who's on Ethernet and who's on Wi-Fi by a little icon that shows up when you're queuing into a match. That is something I don't think shows up in any of the other ArcSys games. I know Fighters doesn't have it. I'm not 100% sure that Strive has it. Yeah, Tokon has it, and it's honestly a really good feature that I hope it stays across other fighting games, because being able to selectively say like, yeah, I'm not playing against Wi-Fi is honest. It saved me so many games in the beta. Like if I had to play people on Wi-Fi, my experience would have been way worse.
Okay then.
I didn't even see what you did there. What the fuck?
Whoa,
You
I don't know either, bro.
literally teleported on my screen. What the fuck?
Oh, I didn't react to that time.
I've got this.
Whoa! The game said I won, but I didn't. Alright, the last things I'm going to be talking about is the in-between category. These things are issues that I have with the game that are bad, but there aren't like things that'll turn me from the game altogether. They're like kind of minor, but also major things as well. The first thing in the in-between category is the way that assist summons work. So comparing this game to Dragon Ball, this game feels really limited when it comes to how you can call your assists within the neutral. During combos, it feels pretty similar to how you do assist combos in Dragon Ball, for example. But when it comes to like you just moving around and calling your assist to cover you, it feels very limited. I don't know if I have any gameplay that shows this. I might insert a clip here after I'm done talking, but there was a clip that whenever I was playing Danger and I would use her cortical back light, I could not call my assist to cover my recovery frames until I'm already out of the animation. So I don't know why the game limits you to that degree on how you can call your assist. It might just be because there's too many assists on the screen and the devs don't want you to cloud up the screen like instantly, but it feels really weird. Now it's something that I can get used to, but as a mainly Dragon Ball FighterZ player, having my assists not activate when I press it feels really weird.
Then again, 14 frame is still kind of crazy.
But like a lot of special moves in this game, you have to either call the assist before it starts up or like during the recovery frames. So it's like the fact that like it doesn't apply to the super dash mechanic is wild. Like I can't do like dangerous spin attack during the spin. Like I have to wait till like she recovers or like right before. So like I can't call assist during this. Like I'm just stuck here.
And they just want you to use super dash. Come on.
Like that's fucking wild. The next thing in the in-between category is certain system mechanics. I'm more so talking about this game's super dash. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm just gonna call it the assemble dash. But basically, if you press the assemble button when in the air, the character you're playing will dash forward, and if the opponent gets hit by it, then you do like this really cool cinematic where like all your assist characters jump in and do like an attack and stuff like that. Comparing it to super dash, it feels more powerful but also very limited at the same time. So super dash in Dragon Ball is very powerful. It's, I believe, 20 frame startup. It's 0 on block. You keep all your air actions afterwards, and you can call your assist at any point. It does loses to anti-airs, it loses to heavy projectiles like beams, it loses to reflect and stuff like that, but the assemble dash in Tokon is better and worse. So the assemble dash goes through all projectiles, it doesn't matter what projectile it is. I believe it has armor, so it can be difficult to anti-air. It causes a combo. And I believe it doesn't cost any assemble gauge when using it. So it works similar to Super Dash where it doesn't cost a resource. But if you do get the hit, then it costs assemble gauge. So I don't know why it costs a resource anyway if it's free. Like just to press the button, I don't know why you would just add it when the opponent gets hit specifically. Once again, it's very similar to Super Dash, but it's weird. Like I don't like it. I don't like this assemble dash. Do I prefer it over Super Dash and Dragon Ball? Maybe, but like it's a little spooky, you know. It could be a really bad mechanic. It really could be, like in the grand scope of the game. But the assemble dash is a little spooky. I don't know if I like it that much. Especially because I play a character with a lot of projectiles, so the assemble dash literally counters my character. But we'll get into that a little later.
Oh yeah, you want to know how to beat out the guard cancel?
I was also invul to assist, include. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
What?
Not even Dragon Ball had that. Hell. What?
It's time to turn this game off, bro.
No
this game garbage.
way, bro.
Change stream time.
Ain't no way.
I heard.
So this game's Super
Invul
Dash.
to assist.
Hold on. This game's Super Dash is faster than Dragon Ball's. It's invul to projectiles. All projectiles, because it actually loses to beams in Dragon Ball. But it's invul to all projectiles and all assists. And it's fucking 14 frames, bro. Oh hell no. No.
Yep.
No, bro.
Oh yeah, and it costs a resource that you just get back anyway, so it might as well be free.
This move can also be used with 0 assemble gauge. Yeah, you could just use it for free.
Bro, what the fuck is the point of saying assemble gauge? Literally, what's the point? Just don't even add that in. Oh my god, this game is doo-doo.
Oh my... What? I didn't even... Oh my god.
Holy shit, dude.
Bro.
Hey man, welcome. Hey bro, it's Marvel, bro. It's Marvel, baby. It's Marvel, baby.
Bro.
You want balance in a fighting game? Fuck no. It's Marvel, baby.
And then the other system mechanic is the guard cancel mechanic. I believe it's called assemble crossover or something like that. Where like if you're blocking an attack, if you do an input, your assist character will actually come in and stop the opponent's attack, and you can like tag into the new character to like continue pressure and stuff like that. but you can also bait it as the defender by using your own crossover and stop their guard cancel. So it's a little bit of like an RPS situation. The problem I have with this mechanic is the fact that if you're baiting the crossover with an assist, so say like for example I'm playing as the point character and then I call Iron Man beam assist. If I call Iron Man beam assist and the opponent crossovers the assist and I'm just sitting there blocking it, the crossover from the opponent will actually break my guard and then leaves me in a negative position. I believe it's like the opponent is like +3 or something when my guard's broken. So by me baiting the crossover with an assist, I get punished by having my guard broken. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, right? I feel like if you're baiting the crossover mechanic with an assist, I feel like it should reward you by having the opponent be majorly negative, or maybe they lose that assist for a certain amount of time or something. But baiting it with an assist and then I get punished for it, it just doesn't make sense. Now, once again, this could be just a beta thing, or there's like a hidden mechanic that I'm not aware of, but that's something I did experience, I believe, like once or twice in my games in Tokon, and it was very annoying. It actually cost me games when it did happen. So I really hope it's not as bad as I think it is, but it definitely didn't feel good. And then the last thing on my in-betweens category is danger. Danger, danger, danger. I can complain about this character all day if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to say right here, I think Danger is probably the worst character in the game right now. Once again, it's just a beta, so I could be wrong, but during my 8 to 10 hours, she felt more terrible as I continue to play her. There are some good things about her. I think her combos are very easy to do. She does decent damage. Some of her projectiles are actually pretty good. It's just that the negatives about her are just way too great, and I'm gonna show you some clips about like my experience playing her over the beta. And really, Danger as a whole really like affected how I viewed the game as a whole. And like, I'm not gonna say I'm not hyped for Tokon anymore, but I'm just like really disappointed at Danger and how she plays in this game as of right now. Like, we could learn when the game fully releases that she's like a secret top tier, right? But as of right now, as of me playing her, like, she just doesn't feel good to play, and she has so many issues and like so many quality of life things that just aren't there, and that certain mechanics just don't make sense. So I'm just gonna put the clips and they'll explain it all for themselves. But Danger really ruined my mood, and by the end of the beta, I didn't even like want to finish the entire session. By the time I was done streaming, like, I had basically just swapped over to Avatar because I was just so done with playing Danger. And you could just be wondering, like, why didn't I switch to another character? It's like, well, I really got interested in Tokon because of Danger's inclusion, because she was like the newcomer. You know, there's a lot of newcomers in Tokon, like Blade, Green Goblin, and stuff like that, but those are like fan favorite characters, right? But Danger was like the very niche character that like nobody knew, and I didn't know who Danger was. So like, that really piqued my interest. I was like, oh, so this is like what the devs are cooking, you know? Like, they're gonna add like very niche characters that no one's heard of, but they're gonna, you know, introduce them to like the broader audience. And honestly, that didn't really happen. But I'll talk about, maybe I'll do a video talking about the roster. But Danger's inclusion is one of the biggest reasons why I was interested in Tokon to begin with. And now that, like, at this current point in time, she feels bad to play, it's just like, man, Like, what do I even do with that, you know? But anyway, like I said, I could talk about Danger forever. I definitely have clips after this little rant here that you guys will see what and these aren't all the things. I'm just gonna put small clips. They're not gonna be long, but these are just some of the things that I found out about the character that just makes her feel bad to play. So here you go. Shit.
It's not too late to flee.
I can't even contest him in a neutral battle. I can't do it. Like, I have to preemptively do it. Like, I have to know his orb goes over mine. So effectively, we're just trading damage. I'm pretty sure his projectile does more than mine. But 9,000. Okay, we both do the same amount of damage. So basically, we're either trading damage or he just straight up beats mine. Right? We're either trading or it's literally the exact same. Right? So you would think, okay, well, just use the missile, right? Just use the missile. It's faster, right? The light version is 13 frames, right? It's faster than 19, right? Well, no, because even though technically the projectile's faster, it still has a startup animation. And it only clashes. And he still gets the debris, even when it clashes. When it clashes, it still applies the debris. So, like, literally no matter what Magneto does, it applies debris. And, like, bro, and people tell me Magneto is technical. No, that's cat, bro. This fucking character, bro. And she can't even hit confirm her fucking projectiles. No, you looking on stream right now?
Yeah, I'm watching. Like, yeah, I saw you drop the combo. Oh, that's ass.
You can't hit confirm the lasers into super. You can't do it. Like, oh my
What, do you
god.
have to like jump or something for it? Does she have an arrow super version of that? Well, actually, no, not even, because it would still be too slow anyway.
Yeah. Like, this like, I don't know what the devs were cooking with this one.
Whole ass mechanic invalidates the whole character.
Yup, there it is.
Does it cost meter to do that, or
No.
like?
It just costs a symbol gauge. And I think it's only if you hit it too. See, the fucking orb stopped my combo! This character does not
Oh
function!
shit, you're right. I mean, no.
Bro, even with the EX teleport, the one where you don't have to fucking use orbs, she still gets 2H! Like, literally nothing makes fucking sense! I don't get it. What are you supposed to do with this character? I don't get it. I literally don't get it. I don't understand. Nothing about this character makes sense.
Okay then. Okay then.
No safe specials. Teleport unsafe. Teleport can't even be used after beam.
I don't get it. Bro, nothing about this character makes sense. Are you shitting me? She can't even combo off of that?
You get no combos, come on. You have to do 2H into random buttons into a knockdown. That is it. You only get button, 2H, button, knockdown. That's it. That's all. That's your only combo. That is the danger combo. Come on.
So to summarize my overall opinions about the Marvel Tokon open beta, I will say that going into the beta, I would say my hype for the game was about a 10 out of 10. After playing the beta, my hype for the game is about a 7 or 8. I think Tokon will do great numbers. I think it'll be a fantastic fighting game, especially with the casual audience. And I think the game will grow in depth, and we'll learn more about the game and how it can be optimized and how you can have more fun with all the mechanics once we learn how things operate. But you know, with the 8 to 10 hours that I did play of the beta, I can say fairly confidently that I left the beta more nervous than excited. And that's kind of sad to me, because I was really hoping that I was gonna leave the beta being like, man, I can't wait to I can't put this game down. I just want to play more. And it's just like, by the end of the beta, or at least my stream of the beta, I was like, nah, I need to play something else. Like I actively wanted to play another game, because the game was just frustrating me for so many reasons, and that's not a good feeling. But I will be playing the game when it comes out. I already pre-ordered it, so I will be definitely doing videos in the future of Marvel Tokon, so don't worry about that. And I really hope that, you know, the issues that I brought up in this video will be ironed out. And, you know, as the community grows and as our knowledge of the game grows, and, you know, more DLC, patches, you know, quality of life updates that are going to be added to the game, I think it will be one of Arc System Works' best games of all time. I'm very confident in that opinion. I just don't think it's there yet, and I think that's where I'll leave Marvel Tokon right now. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please support the channel by hitting the like and subscribe button. Remember to check out all my links in the description. And that's all I have for today, so have a good evening everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Sayonara. Character, I don't know what this character is supposed to be. What's her difficulty? She's got to be like a 1-star. If the dev said, oh no, she's easy to play, no, bullshit.
Select your characters.
Oh, she's a 2-star. Yeah, she's ass. Why play Danger when you can play Blade, who's a 5-star?
What do you mean 2-star and 5-star?
So like the devs like rank them based on difficulty, and Danger's a 2-star, which means she's like a hard character. And then 5-star is like easy, bread and butter character.
Bro, what's Magneto at?
This nigga's a 3-star, nigga. Get that shit out of my face, bro. Hey, no, 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 no. This is gaslighting, though. This nigga is not a 3-star. Fuck no, no, no. That's bullshit. Hell the fuck no. This nigga's a 5-star, bro. Get that shit out of my face, bro. Oh, you gotta manage debris, nigga. You get it whether he hits you or not.